Hi there, welcome to the first edition of the Global Economic Outlook. This is the first video edition actually. We've had more than 20 editions of the print version. We're glad to have you on board this channel. Here we'll be looking at happenings in the global economic landscape. 2020 was a very difficult year. So in this edition, we'll be looking at the factors that are likely to shape the global economy as well as the Nigerian economy in 2021. 2020 was a year, affected a lot by the coronavirus pandemic, and a lot of countries could not wait to see 2021. And even though 2021 is here right now, but the effects of the virus are still there, and countries cannot exactly say they are back to normal. So we'll be looking at some of the factors that are likely to shape the global economy in 2021. One of the factors we believe will be critical is the new U.S. president. Joe Biden became president-elect during the elections in November, and will be sworn in later this January. And a lot of decisions are on his table, which he needs to address, including the U.S. trade relationship with many countries. Also, there are a lot of organizations where the US will need to make decisions on, including the World Health Organization and the World Trade Organization as well. So let's see what that space, because the US is very critical to the world economy, and whatever decisions they take or make would affect many countries. So it will be interesting to see what happens in that space. Secondly, we believe coronavirus again will play a critical role, because despite the fact that there are vaccines already, it will take a long time to vaccinate everybody. And even if that is done, it will still take some time to, recover from the negative effects many countries already suffered in 2020. In fact, a lot of countries are already in recession. So coronavirus will play a very important part again in 2021. Also, the African Continental Free Trade Area, which creates one of the biggest markets in the world, with a market of around 1.3 billion people, will play a critical role as African countries try to improve the intra-African trade, which has been around 16% for a long time. It's likely that the African Continental Free Trade Area would increase that, and also probably attract many investors into the continent, while also helping many companies expand even within Africa. Although it's not all good news for everybody, because countries who don't have the capacity might struggle to cope with the competition that the African Free Trade Continental Area will bring. Again, Brexit is also likely to play a critical role. It was agreed since 2016, but it's only in 2021 that we'll see the full effects of it. The UK already has liberty to negotiate trade deals with countries, and in fact, they've struck a deal with Japan already. They are likely to do that with a couple of other countries. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out for the global economy. So for the Nigerian economy, the things we believe will be critical. First is the oil price. Nigeria has been very dependent on the oil prices for a long time, and movements tend to affect whatever happens in the country. OPEC Plus is likely to meet in early 2021 to either increase production quota or keep it at the same level. If they increase the production quota, it will be great to see what will happen to the oil prices. And now that there's a new wave of coronavirus, it will be interesting to see how the oil prices will move. So that will be a critical factor for the Nigerian economy. Also important is the inflation rate. Inflation in November was around 14.89%. And now it's difficult for people to even get investments, that will yield at least that level of returns. So inflation will again play a critical role, because there are no signs that it's going to start dropping. So let's see how that's going to play out. Also, the exchange rate, the CBN has been struggling with the exchange rate, looking for a convergence of some sort. Last year, the CBN devalued the naira at least twice, even though they play called it some other names. So it will be interesting to see how the exchange rates will shape the Nigerian economy again in 2021. Also important is the Nigerian stock market. Last year, even Greg rates that it was the best performing stock of the 93 indexes it tracks. And the reasons are simple. The fixed income market returns are next to nothing, and everybody is looking for the best place to get at least some returns, acceptable level of returns. And the stock market seems to be providing that at the moment. So we expect more of the same in 2021 as people take more risks with equities to see that they can get an acceptable level of return. So that's it on the global economic outlook for this week. You can subscribe to the channel and also set up the notification to receive regular updates. We'll be back next week with another edition. You can read more on the print edition, which we will share on the comment section. Thank you.